Welcome to Frank's Handyman Service, where we walk you through each step of our home repair, maintenance, and improvement projects. If you haven't subscribed yet, we invite you to do so and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Let's get started. Today, we're working inside a residential bathroom, where we'll be installing a new floor to improve both functionality and aesthetics. Although this type of project may seem simple, it requires careful planning, the right tools, and attention to detail. We began by carefully removing the old covering and inspecting the base conditions. We noticed that the area where the toilet sits needed reinforcement with a small piece of plywood. So the first step was to take precise measurements, both the width and the length of the cutout. Then, using a saw, we cut the necessary piece, brought it upstairs, and checked that it fit correctly. Before placing any wooden base, it's essential to clean the surface thoroughly and remove any debris or dust underneath. This helps prevent the wood from lifting or causing uneven flooring later. A neat trick we used to mark the shape of the toilet was applying a line of caulking around its base, pressing the plywood onto it, and transferring the outline. We took the piece outside, traced the mark with a pencil, and used a fine blade saw to cut the circular shape. Once done, we secured the plywood using a hammer, making sure it was level and snug. With the subfloor ready, we began installing the new flooring boards. Each board must be properly prepared. When placing them against the wall, we trimmed off the tongue edge to avoid leaving gaps, since that section isn't needed against a fixed surface. As we progressed, we made specific cuts around the toilet area using a square and pencil to ensure each piece fit correctly. From there, we worked our way out toward the doorway. Under the sink and cabinets, we removed any excess caulking with a knife to create a cleaner edge so the boards could fit better. If a small gap remains, it's not a major issue because we'll cover those with trim later. It's important to consider the thickness of the trim in advance to ensure it conceals any minor imperfections. We continued with smaller pieces near the bathtub. These also required precision cuts using a square and knife. It's essential to remove the tongue edge for any board placed against a wall or fixed edge. The final board connects the bathroom floor to the adjoining room. This one had to be placed under the door frame, which meant we had to make careful adjustments using a multi-tool. This tool allowed us to trim away just enough material to fit the board properly without damaging the frame. Since it's the first board seen when entering the bathroom, it's important to get it perfectly aligned to prevent damaging the flooring pieces while installing them. Especially when using a hammer, we recommend a rubber mallet. If you need to trim narrow sections, use pliers or cutters to remove material gradually without cracking the board. Once all boards were in place, we moved on to installing the threshold between the bathroom and the adjacent room. Before doing this, we numbered each trim piece on the walls so we'd know exactly where to reinstall them. The threshold was secured using number 6 nails, holding it tightly and covering the seam between rooms. For the bathtub edge, we didn't use trim to avoid moisture buildup. Instead, we applied caulking directly into the seam to prevent water from seeping in. After cleaning the entire area with a damp cloth, the project was finished. The new floor looks refreshed, level, and visually appealing. Thank you for joining us for this full episode of Frank's Handyman. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We upload practical and professional content every week. See you in the next project.